The Outer World 2, épisode 2. Let's go. Oh, génération des shaders.
Went with the normal difficulty, huh? That'd be my pick for a first playthrough. Nice to see someone with some sense.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Je vais reprendre là où je m'étais arrêté. Choix 1. Un café en vrai.
Nature made apples, but anti-fizzos made them better with anti-Cleo's patented hot apple cider.
Je mets sur violet. Ah, c'est des pays max là.
Finally find a way to get ahead, and this happens.
Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills. Good for what ails you.
Épi minimum. Vert. Jaune.
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to
Hologram over time, bro.
Welcome to the name-pending saloon, purveyor of spirits and stimuli. What'll it be, stranger?
Marchand ouvert. Je cherche des informations.
Why, sure. You'd be surprised how much loose talk and idle speculation occurs around here. What, between them protectorate defectors, finally able to speak their minds, and all our off-duty Auntie's employees carping about work and the war? Any particular topic you have in mind?
Qu'est-ce que vous pouvez me dire sur les dirigeants de cette ville? Auntie's Choice. Vous dites, je croyais que Tahiti Cleo et Space Choice étaient deux entités distinctes.
Oh, Minister Milverstreet's blessed with the gift of gab. Swear he could sell bypass shunts to a raptidon. Ain't one of them falsely magniloquent types, though. Sincere fella. Shares command of Fairfield with Acquisitions Officer Carr. She's blunt and murderous. Two traits Auntie's Choice highly prizes in a commander of corporate forces. To say they have differing approaches to leadership is like saying, gee, suns are hot, whilst being incinerated in a solar eruption. Vox Station's run by a brigadier by the name of Montelli. Sounds like he's as much a danger to his own troops as ours. Real piece of work, even by Protectorate standards. Reportedly enamored of show trials and summary executions. Tell you one thing you can't avoid, the bridge. No other way around it, and at present, it's held by Protectorate forces. We have a small contingent of troops bivouacked nearby. Forward Operating Base, they call it. You're asking me for the particulars of a high-level corporate acquisition. Like, an in-depth accounting of the various parties who vied for control and who won out in the end? They merged. Rebranded. Auntie Cleo seems in charge now. Dunno. Do my best to steer clear of corporate intrigue. My pleasure. Got anything?
My
you need?
pleasure. Yo, Piopit, en forme quoi. Ah ouais, c'est le... Je crois que c'est automatique, hein, les couleurs, il me semble.
Your Earth Directorate. Never figured to meet one of you all, especially in here. It's like some hapless critter, once thought extinct, just trotted on into the place. Here I was hoping
T'es pas en
they'd have
vacances ou quoi?
stories for me in exchange, but, oh well. Not everyone's a seasoned raconteur.
Pareil. Ah ouais, normalement il est bleu, ouais. Je sais pas, peut-être il a changé de couleur. Hein. C'est pas le même orange que toi en tout cas. C'est plus foncé.
That is an ensuing step on my 19-point.
Allez, in Sweden, Spain, my 19.4 here, you brother.
Like to hear a few contenders?
Bien sûr.
At present, my top favorites are 1. The Drunken Haggler. 2.
Ouais, t'as du orange clair, mec.
Absinthe-minded.
Légendaire.
4. The Fair Shake.
La couleur du légendaire orange.
Which would make you spend your hard-earned bits here?
Pour l'instant, mes préférés sont le marchand ivre, accessoire, la fée verte, la bonne dose. Alors dites-moi lequel vous convaincrait de débourser vos octrois. La bonne dose.
That's what we'll call it then. I'll tell future business partners we did extensive outside testing.
Facilitatrice de stupéfiants. Ah ouais, elle vend de la drogue en vrai. Est-ce qu'elle va parler au moins? Persuasion.
Not so loud. Look, operating a new location sure ain't easy.
Ouais mec,
So I'll
ouais.
get blamed for anything going wrong, whether it's my fault or some foul up from the local head office. But the nice thing about Fairfield, if you sound like you got some know-how, people believe just about any bit of hooey or bunkum you declare.
Marchand ouvert.
So, here's what we've got.
Qu'elle vend rien d'intéressant. Et elle m'a rien donné d'intéressant non plus. Quête principale. Demander de l'aide pour infiltrer la station, trouver des informations sur Vries.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got...
Air.
I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers?
La dernière mission a créé une faille dans l'espace et m'a fait dériver dans le néant.
So you can understand my situation.
C'est incroyable.
I had just the thing to get me a fast-track promotion to lower middle management. Now you seem like someone who knows a good deal and wouldn't be adverse to helping me out.
Merci d'être passé, Piopit. Good night. Pas de problème.
It's like this. I agreed to meet with a business associate to finalize a deal. but
Moi, je vais game un peu en vrai.
Spire Grove. Problem is, you been outside of Fairfield? The funicular to Spire Grove broke recently, so I got no way to get up there. I'd break my neck scaling that cliff for sure. There's a long way around, but it's not for me.
It's not for me.
Lousy with raptidons for all I know. It wasn't before, but mayhap they were just lulling me into a false sense of complacency so they can strike.
Cat can strike. Vous parlez de Spire Grove.
While exploring facilities to the north, my partner unearthed the heretofore unexploited advanced protectorate technology. Couldn't or wouldn't go into details, but he promised every household would want one, that it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens. Typical research type, focused on all the wrong things. Not particularly motivated by competition or social advancement. Strange bird. pitched him the dumbest deal I could think of. Told him I'd trade him my entire tossball card collection for schematics or a prototype. Said sure. Complete rube. Didn't even ask about condition. My Kelvin Tran rookie card isn't even ultra fine. Got a piece of nicotine chewing gum stuck to it. Opportunistically leveraging difficult predicaments.
Pourquoi il veut pas payer lui?
I have a few bits I can offer you. Not much, but if it turns out a roaring success like it ought to, and I get a fat promotion, I promise I'll see you're taken care of later.
You want freedom of choice. You want
Splendid. Go parlay with Jackson Plum up at Spire Grove. It's some kind of agricultural harvesting encampment southwest of here, near a mess of them rocky spires. He'll provide the agreed upon schematics.
Quel est le chemin le plus rapide pour se rendre à Spire Grove?
Well, the broke-down funicular is due west of here. Dexterous-looking so-and-so like yourself could probably scarp her up it in a jiffy. From there, it's just up the hill a smidge. So close, but so far away. At least for me, anyhow. Truth is, haven't the slightest. You know the Protectorate have all the most advanced technology, though. Probably something straight out of an Aetherwave serial. Edible spacesuits, N-ray specs, matter translocation. It could be anything. If Jackson's all fired up about it, it'll be beyond comprehension, I'm sure. All right then, don't let me keep you.
Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
En fait, si je me cale dans le fauteuil comme ça, tellement penché en arrière.
Why choose just any choice?
The door of this stuff? They must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition.
And guns, armor,
Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
wanted, dead or alive. Wanted. Ils sont l'affiche. Drone protector. Hein.
Leave me be. I have no interest in dealing with the machinations of you. Have you two come to mock me like?
Ah ouais, la moustache.
Perhaps if you rub together your only 2 brain cells, you might even come up with something approaching cutting. No. Wait.
Gardien Sterling.
You're not some corporate simpleton, are you? On the contrary, you have the manner of an officer about you. Someone who understands the substantive weight of command.
Vous avez plutôt l'air d'un officier, quelqu'un qui comprend le poids écrasant de la hiérarchie.
It's in the way you carry yourself, like a ship with
Réponse numéro 1.
Right. You've seen death, suffered defeat. Did you perhaps lose soldiers in a battle recently?
Réponse numéro 2.
Hey, Commander, maybe we don't go airing our intimates to captured enemy soldiers.
Your friend is right. You have no real knowledge of me or my character, but perhaps we can amend that with an introduction. Please, allow me to start over. I am Warden Sterling, dedicated servant of the Protector of Arcadia and caretaker of worlds, the Sovereign Henry Varick. I'm not that kind of warden. It's a title of distinction for those who serve in the Protectorate military, short for Warden of the Realm. And if I did...
Persuasion.
A strange argument. Obviously, I would prefer the contents of the armory remain with the Protectorate, but circumstances being what they are, perhaps you're right. We need more privacy before continuing this conversation. Go to the back of the building, and I shall meet you at the window of my cell. I'll be waiting.
Ok, donc faut que j'aille le voir de l'autre côté. Ah mince. Perdu de la répute, je crois. J'ai perdu de la réputation.
We should be able to speak freely here without the risk of being overheard. There is an entrance on the roof by which you may gain ingress. Had these two dolts bothered to do even the most cursory inspection, they'd have found it. I leave that to you to discover. Be grateful I offered you this much. That is all I have for you. I must recuse myself now, lest I draw undue attention and be subjected to another lecture on the benefits of the free market. Goodbye, and pray we never meet outside this constabulary. I will, of course, be required by duty to meet you as an adversary under such circumstances.
Okay.
Boy, take this terminal and trash it. That's it. I need a smoke.
Incroyable.
Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my two old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No, Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spine. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, Allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milverstreet, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
Je ne suis pas bête. Non, pas du tout.
Everything happens for a reason.
Réponse 2. Rien n'arrive par hasard.
Yes, I can see that kind of line working with our protectorate demographic. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
With that hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips? I have some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure. But surely a go-getter like yourself has more ambitious goals on our island. Share them with me, and we can brave them together. Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed.
Et l'argument de vente.
Body for wanting to practice, can you? Fine. I'll give it to you straight then. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing, but for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating.
Persuasive method.
The utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst.
Allez, c'est parti.
One additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate.
Je privilégie la diplomatie et le subterfuge, plutôt que les assauts frontaux. Non, moi je préférerais faire un assaut frontal.
An opportunity to attain my goals and stick my finger in Babylon's eye? Today's as grand as when I led in the performance department showing of Life of a Salesman. Find your way to the Ministry of Accuracy, And if Trooper Sealong is still alive, do send her back here to debrief. She's still contracted to us after all.
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it.
Il y a le registre.
Dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's Choice could not.
C'est à l'étage, non?
Well, if it ain't DB Milver Street's newest sycophant. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, and you can consider that introduction the start and end of our personable relationship. If you'd spoken with me like I suggested, mayhaps the two of us could bandy words, but you didn't. And taking sides with Milver Street means I got no use for you.
Et le registre de la mairie. Ok. Et le regret de vous.
What is it? Make it quick, yeah?
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you.
Fabriquer des trucs. Ouf. Crap.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like? Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What I meant to say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch? Like they say, a bit spent today is a bullet fired tomorrow.
Ah si, ils vendent du stuff quand même. Je peux pas comparer avec mon stuff. C'était les plans.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just taro excrement.
Au sujet de Bryce, ah j'ai trouvé là.
DeVries sure has some chic putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
Incroyable.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me. Though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subject cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientician. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? Oh, yeah? And how many of those colleagues went and blew up a space station on account of it? Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy.
De Vries a beau m'avoir sauvé à Triangulum, je n'étais pas le seul à l'admirer.
Y'all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us. Reckon so. Some might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangulum. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers. Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I have to know what for. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic. Real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks. Done some good too. Even I can admit that not everyone following the plan is a fanatic. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue. If only DeVries had shared in that good judgment, huh?
Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly like.
Niles. C'est vrai qu'il a perdu un bras et une jambe, lui, quand même. Ok, 544. Pour aller là-bas. Incroyable. Et un passage là-bas.
Let's keep your lamps lit for wildlife.
Hostile wildlife. Familial classification of Raptidon. Detected ahead.
I swear that wasn't planned.
Il y a des mobs là. Ah oui, disparaît et réapparaît carrément. Caméléon genre.
Might I have a word, Commander?
Incroyable.
Slow down. Schultz went where? Sakes alive. Schultz!
Comment ça, Schultz?
Just because we're not fighting doesn't mean I ain't keeping my lamps on you.
Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Void be damned. Sallying into the wire like that with nary a wish in her pocket? What was she thinking? Did I not make clear our orders to hold the line here regardless of provocation?
Commandant Torres.
Robust? Perhaps assisted by pictures?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabbles, sir.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has claimed 2 good soldiers today. You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse. That right. Earth Directorate. Not many would claim such affiliation these days. None from Arcadia have the knowledge to lie about it. What's your business at the Vox? Sounds serious. Were it in my power to offer aid, you'd have it. Alas. Whatever your purpose, I feel a contractual obligation to warn you against setting a heel past this base. If you go any further, you go alone and at your own peril. No Anti's forces are permitted beyond the forward position upon pain of disemployment and possible litigation. Our orders are to sit and mind the store for as long as need be.
Bon, lui, il va pas m'aider apparemment.
foremost, I'd advise seeking a stealthier means of crossing the bridge. A direct approach is likely to repercuss in a hanging cage and a slow death, courtesy of that there warden. Our initial reconnaissance of the bridge indicated a breach in the western wall that could get you inside, though that was months ago. The intel could be outdated now. The schematics we managed to acquire also list an access tunnel on the eastern
Schematics.
but be wary of mines between here and there. The wire is full of unexploded ordnance. Yes, Warden Marilyn Weintrot. She's given us quite the licking while stationed here. Would that I could persuade that marvelous fiend to our side, but alas. She's a woman of stern arbitrament and uncompromising fealties. I doubt reasoning with her will net you any gains, but you don't seem the type easily thrown off either. First Officer Schultz's decision to enter the minefield was not sanctioned, approved, or encouraged. Frankly, I have no idea why she defied orders. Schultz was a good soldier, admirable sense of duty, less than optimal eyesight. Her loss will be felt in this unit. If only she had recognized the merits of our post. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution the Protectorate would seek to inflict upon Fairfield. And we will continue said watch until orders change. Calamity digs its claws in deeper. Thank you for notifying me of their demise. I'll send a car for replacements, and pray we do not suffer another attack before then. I half believed you meant that offer. Unless you weren't being playful. I confess, the challenge of holding the forward position does not satisfy as might a straight-on tussle. But I would prefer to avoid staining my reputation by participating in such a needless blunder. Carr was, shall we say, non-ambiguous with her orders. Far be it from me to speak poorly of a superior, but I have pondered over her choices as of late. She's been sullen about sharing her strategy, too. Still, however brightly my star burns, I remain in her orbit. She is my superior officer. I defied her once, and I received the verbal tanning of a lifetime for it. I'd thank you to affix some ballast to that name when you speak it. Scrabbles has been integral to this unit's success for years. Outsiders may see him as a toy, but we've bled alongside that stuffed sprat. He's damn near family. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. Alas, even Scrabble's power has limits. Still would help morale to get him back, though. I'll pardon your skepticism given your lack of acquaintance, and say only this. Ask not what Scrabbles achieves for us, but what we can achieve with him.
Ah ouais, ils sont...
A final word.
Une religion, le Scrabble, hein, chez eux.
I won't be the one who answers to Carr when the Protectorate mistake your rootless gallivanting for encroachment.
You are leaking an alarming amount of fluids, Commander.
Quizá la muerte. Je suis vraiment obligé de passer par le pont en vrai. Ouais, on a accueilli avec des pendus, quoi.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Stranger, consider yourself lucky that I've been ordered to not open fire unless fired upon. I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent.
Je réponds quoi?
This is an abnormal engagement indeed. It's been a mutually assured stalemate on this part of the island for months. Why else do you think that enemy base nearby still stands? What I wish matters little. We Wardens are renowned for our discipline, our adherence to the rules of engagement, even in unsavory company. I will not turn to needless violence, however much I have been pushed toward it of late. Out of the question. Must I repeat myself? If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Be grateful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty in his estimation. Any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. Careful. The Brigadier is my superior officer. While our methods may differ from time to time, I wouldn't dare question his judgment. His latest decrees have complicated things, and spilt more Protectorate blood on this land, and added to my ever-growing list of Leviathans to contend with, yes, but such is duty, such is chain of command. Who am I to contradict it? Even if I could voice my concerns, the Vox is not under my jurisdiction. I must simply focus on maintaining order where I am stationed. That aside, I'm not permitted to take initiative. Allowing my mind to wander will only sow chaos hereabouts. Obviously. If the Sovereign wishes to intervene, it will be done. Though there are those at the Vox with authority to perhaps sway Montelli. Marshal Corbin is a good man. Pragmatic. But I imagine he has his own concerns to attend to. So, as you may have surmised, I am perhaps more than a little preoccupied with keeping me and my troops alive, from threats within and without. So, you are a true believer. Why, in our matriarch's name would you not have said so earlier? You are exactly right. The paradigm upholds our social order, unity and respect above all. Surely you now understand my conundrum in the face of such blatant misinterpretation of our creeds. Might I call on you to fulfill your duty and uphold the Sovereign's justice? I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
A lot more folks are gonna die if we don't catch up to DeVries. We have to consider our options, even the ugly ones. If these folks are deserving, maybe it's worth it.
I commend you for your eager interest. I think 2 traitors in particular. First is Ida Rutledge, a worker at Spire Grove. I once had utmost respect for her. We were, oh, damn it all, we were friends. When the Grove went silent during the invasion, I assumed she'd fought to the death as any
Bon, il faut lui ramener une traîtresse ou un traître pour pouvoir passer le pont.
also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment.
Ah, c'est jamais gratuit. Hein.
Against us. Such treachery is unconscionable. The second traitor I seek is Charlton Weintrot of Westport. He is, unfortunately, my cousin, and most assuredly a disgrace to our line. He too failed to die defending his home during the invasion alongside the other residents of Westport. They'll be seen to in time. But Charlton, well, I must deal with him personally. Oh, how I anticipate wiping that smug expression off his face. Are these orders clear?
hanging has been an effective means of execution dating back centuries. Its purpose is to administer pain and fear before expiration.
Your humor leaves much to be desired. But so long as you deliver what I seek, I will resist opening fire in retribution. Now go. Remember, once I have both traitors apprehended, you may cross the bridge. But beware if you step out of line. Other subjects may not be so generous with their deal-making as I. Farewell.
Not getting up without help, Commander!
Sustain the system!
The Protectorate
for cover!
Look at a few court slow, Commander.
I talked this over.
Commander, watch your riders!
There! Found him again!
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
I feel
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so got an old tracked on the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit? Brief one, of course. Not sure he'd still consider. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him. Don't much help to stay mired in it neither. I think this will help me move forward. After I recovered from Too Small, I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't. I agree. We worked often than not. Our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying. Wouldn't have expected you to see. Anyway, only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. Much appreciated. Westport. Probably my most preferred.
Incroyable.
Not a protectorate strung up there. Dead or dying slow. What in the void's going on here?
Oh, these damned bodies. Why can't we just bury the lot of them? Oh, even my damn hammer. I politely request you cease to file. Theoretically, it shall take me 4 hours to hang 8 bodies. But Montelli killed 6 more yesterday, and my shift
On
only...
dirait des nasillons, là.
3 more hours. Sovereign's mercy. I fear hanging all these corpses is beyond my capabilities, and I certainly need no distractions. What is it you want?
Puisse le souverain avoir pitié de moi.
Why would I do that? And be mindful, if you haven't your transfer orders, I don't have time to waste going idly back and forth with you. You are correct. If I were to let you in without apprehending you and placing you into these gibbets, it would cost me my life. Remember, the Sovereign sees all. May his grace be upon you. Area's off limits.
Maybe we can find ourselves a way in that avoids all the muster and bluster.
Seems like trouble. No use rambling further.
Nobody around.
Disconcerting.
Ain't nothing there.
Take a gander.
Engaging combat protocols.
Ah ouais, ils m'ont sauté en l'air là. C'était une mauvaise idée. Je suis obligé de passer en mode infiltration, quoi.
Oh, these damned bodies. Why can't we just bury the lot of... I politely request you... Theoretically, it shall... Sovereign's mercy. I fear... Why would I do that? And be my... Remember...
You are approaching a restricted estate.
Idle bodies do the enemy's work. Under no circumstances is it permitted to partake in the spoils of war.
Check out that hole, Commander. Ourselves a way in that avoids all the muster and bluster. Not a bad shortcut at all. There's the station now.
Faire griller, c'est obligé.
Say, worthy of review. Disrupt.
Give the order and I'll
Heureusement qu'on perd l'agro.
never more content, never more content. To do your job is a virtue. Every part is a call. Every subject ensures a glorious bounty for all.
On se aller où? Ah là? Ok, déplacement rapide. J'avais infiltré pourtant.
Guns cocked and loaded.
Putting traitors on display like that's one way to send a message. Can't be too good for morale, though.
This cannot be happening. Not again.
Fusil de chasse triple canon.
Come, quickly. We must all bear witness.
Technicians Acna and Gastrell, you stand accused of manufacturing a fatal flaw in one of our valued dragoons. Have you any last words to express your shame?
That dragoon was already defective. Oh, we were only rebuilding the logic assembly so that...
At last, the truth alights. I hope this belated confession unburdens
Je crois que le mixage est éclaté là. C'est mon télé. Ah ouais. En pitié. Hein. Bon, je pense qu'il faut qu'on l'élimine en vrai.
More loyal subjects executed. And valued technicians no less. I cannot see how reducing our own manpower guides us down a path to victory. Wait. I recognize you. From Horizon Point. Yes, just outside the skip labs before the incident. We helped one another, didn't we? You with my record and I with the bridge. Please tell me you were not responsible for all the evil that transpired afterward. Let's call you a stranger then. That still doesn't explain how you gained access to this station, or why you're here at all. This entire dialogue is pointless. We'll both be dead soon enough, given current trends. If Montelli cannot find a reason for more executions, he'll invent one. You want to help me? Now, where have I heard that one before? Fine, you've laid me bare. I lack bravery, but not intention. I want what's best for the Protectorate. If I must collaborate with an enemy of the state to save the state, so be it. I cannot believe Montelli is so far gone as to forget his true duty, or our friendship. If we were to work together, perhaps I could convince him to stand down. Go to his terminal. Search for any information on it that may be deployed against him. Also, while you're there, notify High Command that I'm taking control of the station. You will need your own access card to get upstairs. Blank key cards can often be found in the contraband room, and there's a terminal for encoding access in the security office. Head through the door to the right and continue down the hall. You should find your way without much trouble. Oh, but mind the guards. They'll still attack you on sight. My commitment to the Protectorate is unwavering. Obviously, I wouldn't be attempting something so foolhardy if I was not devoted to protecting cause above self. Remember, our success hinges on sending my notice and gathering any information you can from Montelli's terminal. Don't fail me in this, or it will be both our graves. I will join you as soon as you go to confront Montelli. In the meantime, I'll gather what weapons and allies I can, just in case things go poorly.
Ori. Let's go. Ori.
hesitate to raise the alarm. Suppose some perusal is due.
Wrong place to linger. Aborting search.
Maintaining your battlefield stamina.
Knew you had my back. We should keep moving, Commander. I'll see what I can do.
J'ai pas assez de crochetage. Sprat. J'ai pas piratage 4.
Questions are an addiction.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency.
dispositifs de diversion sont des appareils portatifs qui émettent des bruits forts. Okay. Derrière. Insérer l'accréditation. Veuillez prendre l'accréditation et la conserver en lieu sûr. Okay.
Damned if I go. Can I remain unsullied under the command of a rambling, nonsensical persecutor? Oh, hello there. You seem to have caught me at a most inopportune time. Was just, patrolling the sewers. Monitoring for suspicious activity. Now, I must...
Monitoring for suspicious...
Your presence here is proving distracting, to put it mildly. Only patrolling one of the most vulnerable parts of the station? Yes, that's it. Very specialized work. Discreet, confidential. You'd never comprehend the value of this task. There's no need for animosity, I assure you. I'll abide, please. It's just that I don't know what's going on here. The station's changed. It's become a damn charnel house, stained with the blood of my brothers and sisters. I don't know what to do. I just don't wish to die. I can't... That'd be a fine idea. If only there weren't a group of starving raptidons that saw fit to make a den so close to the grate. I can? Oh. I suppose I'm now off to a world filled with uncertainty. Savage wildlife. And miscreants always on your heels. Here. This key card should unlock a storage cache up above. It has some supplies in it that'll likely do you more good than they have me.
Ah ouais, je pouvais passer par là en vrai. Il y avait un moyen d'entrer par ici. Dans les égouts.
sovereign.
What now? Ah, an intruder. Of course. I was warned the paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. And Corbin. By your presence, am I to understand that you've turned renegade as well? Of all the serpents writhing beneath my boot, you were the last I expected to strike at me.
My intentions are as they've always been. Honorable. I only wish to talk.
Talk? With a gun in hand and an enemy in your shadow? Do you mistake me for a fool?
Turn your gaze outward, Umberto. Look at everything you've done. Can you honestly tell me this is for the good of the Protectorate?
I'm killing traitors. Seditionists. I am purging our prized garden of chokeweed and all manner of slithering things. My methods may seem callous, but a swift response to treason is necessary to prevent this crisis from worsening. Auntie's choice, bah! The invaders are vacuous opportunists dead from the collar up. They would not have found purchase here if not for the festering rot already in our soil. Prove me false, You cannot. Our great protectorate has lost its way. Years of comfort and plenty have softened us, made us weak, undisciplined. If only the sovereign heeded his consul's wisdom, he could restore the protectorate's honor, instead of shaming his forebears by leaving such a grave task to others like myself. How dare you speak to me as if you were my better? You are no superior to a worm.
What? No! This isn't the course of action we agreed upon!
Trusting the enemy to do your bidding. You always were a guileless fool, Corbin. Were it up to me, I would sentence you to the slow and painful traitor's death you deserve. But given the circumstances, your extinction must come quicker. Guards, purge this loathsome treasonist and his odious ally from my sight. Leave none alive.
Attempt at getting Montelli to surrender? I should shudder at what your worst would have looked like. Well, it wasn't enough. Neither of our best was enough. Clearly, if you'd have told me all those years ago that this is where my future would lead, standing over Montelli's corpse, I'm not sure I would have wished to survive that disaster. What's done is done. I only hope my superiors will understand my actions here today, and that the Vox will be strengthened under new leadership. After I've summoned janitorial services, give the station the news. There'll be much that needs explaining. I suppose I should thank you for your assistance. But for both our sakes, I do hope we never meet again.
Finally, the control room. The Vrees must have left some evidence behind. Let's poke around.
busting my valve, Commander? Getting rusty there, Commander.
Reclassifying friendly fire as unfriendly. Consider recalibrating your weapon.
Watch where you point that thing.
No going back from here.
C'est de piratage.
What is it? All right, but we best do this quick.
Preparing obligatory encouragement. You can do it, Commander.
C'est le programme malveillant, je crois.
I don't know who you are or how you accessed my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay failsafe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude, so you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
Now we know why Montelli locked the engines. He planned to crash the box into Fairfield. Maybe we can do something to change the trajectory on the control panel. We've got to try, right?
This unit strongly recommends evacuating immediately. Evacuate. Evacuate.
Incroyable.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. But never mind that. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. Recipient's eyes only. All I can tell you is that it is from Arcadia's most judicious custodians, the Order of the Ascendant. I am not privy to any information beyond that. Oh, they did also say it was important. I was tasked 6 months ago to deliver it to whomever ship was at this landing pad at this exact time. Well, 4 minutes ago, like I said. All other questions may be answered by viewing the missive, I expect. Farewell, and as they say, may all your endeavors come to fruition.
Time to watch whatever it was the messenger had for us.
Greetings, Agent of the Earth Directorate. I am Ruth Bassar, presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant. At this time, I can only presume you think us your enemy, directly responsible for your colleague Augustine de Vries' actions way back on Horizon Point. I assure you, we were not. A splinter group was behind that heresy. The collective of scientists and scholars I lead are committed to elevating humanity by pursuing a greater understanding of reality. I believe our goals are not incompatible. We both oppose the Protectorate, and we both wish to preserve Arcadia from ruin. We can help each other. I entreat you to speak with Abbot Newell. He can be found in Golden Ridge at Matriarch's mercy. He will aid you in your mission, and hopefully, you will see fit to aid us in ours. Nav key coordinates to the Golden Ridge landing pad on Dorado are embedded in this message. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
The Order of the Ascendant awaits us on Golden Ridge, Commander.
Before we rev engines, I'd really like to check on Zeb still. It won't take long. Not to belabor the point, but Zeb's not in the habit of staying in one place over long. We miss him here, and there's no telling when I'll be able to catch him next. If ever. Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport.
Commander, additionally, we are also able to land in Free Market. Golden Ridge is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, as well as previously being a center for mining Zeranium. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the invasion, leaving Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of the area and its resources. Free Market Station is an independent marketplace, the only one in the system. It is called such as it was built out of a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter by that name. Agent Ibarra frequented it occasionally after the invasion. He said it was a good place to find newfangled gadgets and stolen prototypes and whatnot. Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery above pursuing Agent DeVries. This involved disassembling and rebuilding the astrogator to allow the incognito to travel to your location. As the rebuilding process progresses, old nav keys may be unlocked. Unfortunately, most of them are likely not recoverable.
Careful now. You sure haven't lost any of your boundless energy.
That's tobacco. Smoke our tobacco.
It's what your friends all love to do.
Ok, quête de compagnon.
puff right in.
Cause it's your candy.
That's tobacco.
Your favorite candy.
That's tobacco.
You want your candy.
It's tobacco.
Delicious candy.
It's tobacco.
Get your candy.
That's tobacco.
You want your candy.
That's tobacco. Candy, tobacco.
Inspiring sponsors. Ready to waste for your commission. Plus all the news that's fit for listening. This is Wireless Free Arcadia.
Auntie Cleo here to address all the
First promotion accelerating activities done, and we've already got dropouts. Doozy of a drop, too. Can't believe Ormsby pegs these people as executive material. Me, sure. Them? Huh.
We can hear you.
Hush, Cobb. Today's task was about upward mobility. 3 died hanging the ropes. Told them they were doing it wrong. Dead include Assistant Hagen and other slackwits.
We're closed. Show some respect.
Like you care. You didn't even participate.
I told you. I got a cute lumbago.
Time to
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
It's the only cigar that says I'm in charge. It's an Uncle Wentworth Belvedere Stout. When they see me coming, they
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded.
It's the Wentworth Stout, and it says with pride.
I may be deluded, but you're lucky you ain't dead. Seeing how she seems partial to using her friends as victims.
Does she? It occurs to me that you have provided no proof of what you're accusing her of.
Why don't you take a long look at me? This is all because she betrayed us. Her team, her friends, even the one whose life she saved in Triangulum.
By the architect. You're Niles, aren't you? She mentioned you a few times, but refused to elaborate. All I knew was that she was fond of you, and that you were dead.
She was fond of me? Then why? Why would she try to kill me?
I can't say, but it may be one of the things she anguished over. An anguish I fear finally overwhelmed her, and could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action. I wish I knew. It's nothing good, I can tell you that. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me.
Oh, that ridiculously catchy number was sponsored by the Department of Invasive Marketing. Just try to get it out of your head. I consider this song a real standout number.
Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse.
Comment vous êtes-vous rencontrés?
No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them.
Request.
We became friends when she... Well, she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been
Je
distracted.
pense que ça va faire une bonne petite session, hein.
Last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could. We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them, even as she was deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing. What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much, at least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I
She said learn
her
truth of things.
truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her. I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that too.
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone...
Bon, on lui raconte sa vie ou quoi, là?
Boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me. No. Nearest I could surmise, she'd left just prior to the fall of Fairfield. I'm ashamed to admit, I did break into her safe. She used the same code for everything. 15-778.
That is Agent DeVries' identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium, from the boardroom to the bottom rung, this is wireless free Arcadia.
I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her.
You've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us at Auntie's Choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe we're unscrupulous interlopers, intent on stealing the very bread off your plate. Tut-tut! No! Nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie. They say they offer you direction, meaning, purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating you're their slave. They say you're part of a community. We say you're just part of the herd. At Auntie's Choice, we respect the individual. We're providers, liberators, spreading free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. As the head of our corporation, I'm here to tell you
Elle a pas fini encore?
it's never too late to rebrand and start anew. Join us, embrace freedom, revel in
That's all I can ask.
choice.
Okay, back to business. This is one of my favorites, though admittedly
This
I'm
is
far from discerning.
favorite.
Crab witch, a sandwich made from crab will make some mighty fine treat. Crab witch, taste the sandwich you want to eat. A crabble sandwich is so easy to eat, but only once our chemistricians process the meat. To turn a bottom feeder into instant lunch is quite the branding feat. So grab a crab because it can't be beat. Best of all, this tasty flesh is deemed safe to eat. Crabble can be more than just
Épisode Terminares.